15 Wonderful and Weird Facts That Are Too Strange to Be True, Part 2. 16. Over a century ago, people used the abbreviation OMG. John Arbuthnot Fisher, an admiral, was the first person to use it during the First World War. "I hear that a new order of knighthood is on the tapis, OMG, oh," he wrote in a letter to Winston Churchill on September 9, 1717. "My God, don't forget the Admiralty." The sarcastic LOL that Churchill would probably respond with is depicted below. 17. The Sahara Desert doesn't have as much sand. The vast desert is mostly made of rocks and gravel, with about 25% being sand. 18. In the summer, the Eiffel Tower expands by 6 inches. This is because the steel expands when heated. When the weather cools down, it returns to its normal size. 19. Almost a century ago, the first 3D movie was released. The first 3D movie, whether you believe it or not, was released in 1920. Thanks to Robert F. Elder's invention, audiences in Los Angeles saw the power of love. 20. The unicorn is Scotland's national animal. The country adopted the magical creature in the 15th century, and local legend says they could clean poisoned water. Due to its popularity, the horned horse can now be found on everything from fashionable backpacks to lunch boxes. 21. The Moai statues on Easter Island actually have bodies. The South Pacific Island monoliths were discovered to have been gradually submerged by centuries of landslides by an archaeology team. They were found to be attached to bodies and legs after careful excavation, probably moved by groups of up to 250 islanders using ropes and a rocking motion to move them into place. 22. A dentist invented candy floss. William Morrison, a dentist, and a confectioner named John Wharton invented fairy floss in 1897 and sold 68,000 boxes of it at the Street Louis World's Fair a few years later, despite the fact that this sugary fairground treat is pretty bad for your teeth. 23. Believe it or not, M&M'S does not stand for M&M. The initials address the chocolate creator proprietors Forrest Mars and Bruce Murray, and their initials show up on 400 million desserts consistently. 24. In bed, a person can sweat about 26 gallons per year. Over the course of a year, that amounts to 416 cups. Ew. One of the many reasons to change your bed sheets frequently is this. 25. Space has an odor. Space has a strong metallic odor, according to several astronauts. However, British astronaut Tim Peake said that it also reminded him of a summer barbecue, but he explained that static electricity with ozone is most likely the cause. 26. Sloths do not urinate. A sloth's digestive system is sluggish, and it takes days for the leaves to be digested. Unexpected fact: methane is produced by the sloth's intestines, but instead of being released out of the animal's bum in the usual funny and stinky way, it is absorbed into the blood. Therefore, it makes absolutely no sense to attribute the unpleasant smell to these slow-moving mammals. 27. In Scotland, there are 421 words for snow. While we won't list each and every word here, you could consider a huge snowflake a scalf, for instance. Alternately, you could refer to a brief snowfall as a flintworkin. You now know. 28. A chef's hat is 100 folds long. The 100 ways to cook an egg are supposed to be represented by the 100 folds on a chef's hat. We came up with about 10 options before giving up. We believe that was invented by a chef during a quiet lunchtime. According to some historians, a chef's level of experience correlates with the height of their hat, or toque. 29. The moon experiences earthquakes. Moonquakes are their name because they are less common and less powerful than earthquakes. The meeting to name that phenomenon was brief. 30. None of the 50 states features the letter Q. It is true, yes. As amazed as you are, so are we.